Good morning. This is Vanita. Happy New Day. Small two favorite things I'm going to read to add joy and depth to the day with you all. The Shout, a poetry by Armitage. We went out into the schoolyard together. Me and the boy whose name and face I don't remember. We were testing the range of human voice. He had to shout for all he was worth. I had to raise an arm from across the divide to signal back that the sound had carried. He called from over the park. I lifted an arm out of bounds. He yelled from the end of the road, from the foot of the hill, from beyond the lookout post of Fretwell's farm. I lifted an arm. He vanished from sight, went on to be 20 years dead, with a gunshot hole in the roof of his mouth in Western Australia. Boy with the name and face I don't remember. You can stop shouting now. I can still hear you. It's quite deep, but I liked it. And my favorite Ruskin a chapter. A New Horn. Listen, this is very good, funny. As the taxi weaved its way in and out of mirror traffic and headed for Delhi, Gurbachan Singh took his hand off the horn and gave me a brief, triumphant look. "What do you think of my horn?" he asked. "Oh, it's a fine horn," I said, ringing out my ears. It couldn't be louder. "You can hear it half a mile ahead," said Gurbachan proudly, as he blasted off at two young men who were sharing a bicycle. They moved out of the way with alacrity. "It makes a lot of noise in the car too," I said, and added hastily, "Not that I object, you know." Doesn't your horn have more than one tone of voice?" asked a fellow traveler with a trace of irritation. "Doesn't your horn have more than one tone of voice?" "Two," claimed Gurbachan, "male and female. Just see." And then he produced a high note and then a low note on the horn, both equally ear-shattering. Ahead of us, a tonga ran off the road and onto the cart track. "This is one terrific horn," said Gurbachan. "I have had it made specially for this taxi. No foreign horns for me. They are not loud enough. Indian horns are the best." "Indian noise is the best," said the fellow traveler. In an interval of comparative quiet, I found myself reflecting on the nature of sound, the unpleasantness of some sounds, and the sweetness of others, and why certain sounds like motor horns can be sweet to some and hideous to others. The sweetest sound of all, I decided, was silence. There are many kinds of silence: the silence of an empty room, the silence of the mountains, the silence of prayer, or the enforced silence of loneliness. But the best kind of silence, I concluded, was the silence that comes after the cessation of noise. "It was made in the Jama Masjid area," continued Gurbachan, interrupting my thoughts. 75 rupees only. Made by hand to my own specifications. There's only one drawback. It must not get wet." As his hand settled down on the horn again, I thought of praying for rain. But the sky being clear and blue, I decided that a prayer would be an unreasonable demand on the Creator. But you don't know what it is to have a horn like this one. Try it, sir. Why don't you try it for yourself?" "Oh, that's all right," I assured him. "You have proved its excellence already." "No, you must try it. I insist that you try it." He was like a big boy, suddenly generous, determined on sharing a new toy with a younger brother. He grabbed my hand and placed it on the horn, and as I felt it give a little, a thrill of pleasure rushed up my arm. I pressed hard, and a stream of music flowed in and out of the car. Now I could understand the happiness and the supreme self-confidence of Gurbachan and all drivers like him. For with a horn like this, one felt the power and glory that belongs to the kings of the roads. For the rest of the journey, Gurbachan drove and I blew the horn. The fellow passenger, no doubt realizing that he was locked in a taxi with two lunatics, was too terrified to say a word. Well, that was very funny for me, and I wanted to add laughter to whoever is listening to this, because I see there's always something sad listed in the news every day, and I refer to the loss of Nattu Kaka, the most beloved and amazing character of Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. And I feel for him, his loss, I mean his family's loss. So today I don't feel like singing at all. It doesn't make sense to me. I wanted to share something that can lighten up somebody's moment, somebody's day, like this did for me. So have a great day. Do what resonates with your heart, your mind, and make the most of this life. Let's make the most of this life. Chalo, have a great day. I've got a lot of things to do. I'm sure you must be having too. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.